Good morning. All right, so we're going to move on with triangles today. Something that probably all of you already know is that the sum of the angle measures of a triangle must be 180 degrees. Remember, sum means addition. So when you add angle plus angle plus angle of any triangle, it will always total 180 degrees. All right, so if we look at this triangle right here, we have angle X, angle Y, and angle Z. So we know that if we add those three angles together, we're going to have to get a sum of 180 degrees. All right, so this is find the value of X, show work, and then classify each triangle. So I know it looks a little bit light and faded on your page, so I am going to try to darken that for you. So this one right down here says 28 degrees. This angle measures 50 degrees, and this says X degrees. So this is our unknown. Find the value of X. Well, what do we know? We know that something plus something plus something has to total 180 degrees. I know the first angle measures 28 degrees. I know the second angle measures 50 degrees. I don't know the measure of the third angle. So what I can do now is combine like terms. So 28 plus 50 is 78. So 78 plus something equals 180 degrees. So now we have a one-step equation. So I need to get the X all by itself. So I am going to subtract 78 from both sides. And that will tell me that angle X has to measure 102 degrees. So I'm going to put that answer right down here. And then it says classify each angle. So remember, we can classify based upon the angle measures and based upon the side lengths. Well, based upon the side lengths, I can clearly see that all three sides are different lengths. So that's going to be a scalene triangle. And I see that this angle X is 102 degrees, which is greater than 90. So since it has an obtuse angle, we're going to classify it as an obtuse triangle. All right, moving on to letter B. So I think we can see that says 45 degrees. This is 90 degrees, but I don't know what X equals. But I do know that 45 plus 90 plus X has to total 180. So I'm going to combine like terms on the left side. So 135 plus something equals 180. Inverse operation, subtract 135. So that tells me that X equals 45. So X equals 45 degrees. Now, since this triangle has one right angle, we're going to classify it as a right triangle based upon the angle measures. Based upon the sides, I have a mark here and a mark here showing that those two sides are congruent. If I have two congruent sides, we're going to call this triangle isosceles. Tell whether a triangle can have the given angle measures. If not, change the first angle measure so that the angle measures form a triangle. So you are allowed to use your calculator on this. So we know that these have to total 180 degrees, right? So we're going to go to our calculator and add 85 plus 80 plus 25. So go ahead and add that on your calculator and see what you get. So those actually total 190 degrees. That is not possible. Tell whether a triangle can have the given angle measures. No. And then it says, if not, change the first angle measure so that the angle measures form a triangle. Well, if we're 10 degrees over, we're going to have to subtract 10 degrees from 85. So that is going to have to be a 75-degree angle. Number 2, go to your calculator and add 76 3/10 plus 81 7/10 plus 22. On that one, you should get exactly 180 degrees. So yes, those angles would form a triangle. Okay, so this one looks a little bit different. We've got 8 1/4 plus 60 3/4 plus 111. So we know that these two equals 1, right? 1/4 and 3/4 is 1. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 60 plus 9 is 69, and 69 plus 111 is 180. So that would be another yes. Find the value of x, showing your work, then classify the triangle. So this is just like what we did right here for letters A and B. So anytime you're finding the value of x, you're going to write an equation. So we know the total number of degrees is 180. So that's always going to go on the right side. So I'm going to say 65 plus 50 plus x equals 180. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So 65 and 50 is 115 plus x equals 180. Subtract 115 from both sides. X equals 65. So x equals 65 degrees. Now, based upon the angle measures, we have 65 degrees, which is less than 90. We have 50 degrees, which is less than 90, and we have another 65 degrees, which is less than 90. So based upon the angle measures, this is going to be an acute triangle. Based upon side lengths, I see right here, I'm being told that 2 side lengths are congruent. So we're going to call that isosceles. Number 5, we're going to start with our equation. I know the 3 angle measures have to total 180. So 130 plus 25 plus x equals 180. Combine like terms. 155 plus x equals 180. Inverse operation, subtract 155 from both sides, and x equals 25. So x equals 25 degrees. So let's look at our angle measures. We have 25 degrees, and 130 degrees. If any triangle has one obtuse angle, we're going to classify it as an obtuse triangle. Now we're going to take a look at our side lengths. I see a mark here and I see a mark here telling me that those 2 sides are congruent. They have the same measure. So this is another isosceles triangle. So 53 plus 37 plus x equals 180. Combine like terms. 90 plus x equals 180. Subtract 90, subtract 90, x equals 90. X equals 90 degrees. So now we're going to classify. So let's look at our angle measures. Since we have one 90-degree angle right here, this is going to have to be classified as a right triangle. And based upon the side lengths, I don't see any marks that any sides are congruent. So this is going to be scalene. Alrighty, that's it. I will see you.